Good evening and welcome to Helsingborg, Sweden. It is really a beautiful place here on the coast, especially so with the sparkling city lights at night. You may enjoy warm summer days here too by the sea or walking the royal gardens, but now closing in on Christmas, it's maybe as charming of a town you'll find. We also find a spectacular sporting venue named the Olympia Rink, just a short walk from Kärnan, the medieval tower. This week hosting the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. We've been here for a while and we're just getting down to business now. The medal games, our featured game this evening. Russia, Switzerland will play for bronze. Lead for Team Russia, Ekaterina Kuzmina. At second we find Galina Arsenkina. Playing third, Maria Komarova. Team skip for Russia, Alina Kovalyeva. For Switzerland, at lead, Melanie Barbesat. Throwing second stones, Esther Neuenschwander. Skip and third, Silvana Tirensoni. And playing fourth stones for Switzerland, Alina Petz. Here we see how the team stacked up after the round robin. Everyone played everyone. And Switzerland, Russia, Sweden and Scotland broke away from the rest of the pack and put themselves into the semi-finals, which were played earlier, where we also saw, we'll see Scotland play Denmark in the other bronze game. It's the men's playing next door. We'll keep you up to date what happens there as well. As we just look at the brackets, it is Switzerland, Scotland. They played the 1-4. Scotland winning that game, putting themselves into the gold medal game. Russia played Sweden, and the home favourites of Helsingborg also winning there to play Scotland for gold. But first, Switzerland, Russia will play for the bronze. We see the two skips, Tirensoni and Kovalyeva, ready to rumble. I'm Sander Rovak, joined by Olympic champion Rona Howie. Good evening.
Good evening, Sander.
Bronze medal games, they're tough to prepare for. They're not always that fun to play, but it certainly feels a lot better to win a bronze than to lose it.
Absolutely. And both these teams haven't had long to prepare. They only finished a couple of hours ago. Their semi-finals, so both of them be bitterly disappointed not to be in the final. But they still have a medal to win, and that's what makes a championship team, who can pick themselves up, get back out there and perform.
We'll see Russia play red stones, Switzerland the yellow. Switzerland will have the last stone advantage as we start. So Russia to get us going in this bronze medal game. Sometimes the best games are bronze medal games. Here is Ekaterina Kuzmina. We'll see how playful the teams are tonight, if they just want to go out firing, or if they'll stick to the game plan they've kept all week.
Well, Switzerland definitely played a different game plan in their semi-final than they've played all week, which was interesting to see. So will they revert back now to how they've played the game all week, or will they still carry on from their game plan in the semis of just keeping it completely simple?
Melanie Barbesat. Certainly had up a peculiar game against Scotland. 6 blank ends. Could have been 2 more, except they missed 2 blank attempts, 1 each. Finally got some rocks in play in the last couple of ends. As we see the 5-stone free guard zone in play here. Teams will have to play a minimum of 8 ends, both teams with 38 minutes of thinking time, and 1 60-second timeout is available to them. Kuzmina struggled a bit at the start of the semi-final. will have a much better start here. Nice center guard and a flop in behind. I think it'll be key to Russia to get the ends set up a bit better than against Sweden. Barbesat, a former skip. I'm sure she knows the value of these lead stones, because as a skip you will see how much trouble you're in if your lead misses shots.
Yeah, lead's so important, setting up the ends. Come in with a game plan, but if the lead doesn't execute, then it's very difficult to follow it.
Galina Arsenkina not quite able to tidy up after Kuzmina against Sweden, the two of them. Especially in the first half of the game, had some mistakes, but here they seem to be pretty on point so far. Putting pressure on Switzerland, something they really failed to do playing Sweden. Esther Neunschwander, the trusted second for Tirensoni. Let's make contact. And leaves the corner guard. Do you think it's even more important to get a good start to a bronze medal game? If you're already a little upset from that semi-final, you get a bad start, you might fall apart? Or is it like any other game?
No, it is important, because both the mindset of these two teams won't be great right now after losing the semi, and it's making sure you bin that, because that's been and gone and you can't change it. All you can influence now is the next game. So it is important to go off to a good start and just try and get the confidence back up. Whereas the men's bronze medal game, you know, those two teams have had a lot longer to debrief that semi-final performance, you know, deal with it, bin it, and now move on and be prepared for tonight. Whereas the ladies just not had as long to deal with that loss. Because all these teams want a gold medal, that's what they came here for. So now that chance is gone, it's how they regroup and get back up.
Maria Komarova, only 21 years old, hurled for 6 years. Very impressive to make it into a medal game that quick. So Silvana Tirensoni will skip the team. Of course, come down to play rocks 5 and 6 at third position for Switzerland. Alina Petz takes control of the house as vice. Will hit and roll. Really good there. Sits for a shot stone partially buried. hit and run here for Russia. So there is a chance for Switzerland to set up for a score of 2 here. Come around the corner guard. Why would you not come around the centre guard? What's the thinking?
They want to keep the centre as open as possible. They've got last stone. Come round the corner, try and set up your 2, but if it doesn't work, you can bail out. They don't want a girdle round the centre guard.
Might have more room for error come around the corner.
Yeah, the guard's actually closer to the rings in the corner, so you can get a better bury round it. The one round the centre slightly higher.
Ja, neem me naar de linie. Missie hingen 12. Ja, mag niet. Ja, backlijn. Wat aan, die zal wischen. Ja, 4. Roger, hinder 12. Ja,
A little heavy here, but sweeping to get past the guard. Maybe down onto the back red here. Needed to hold the line, ends up freezing that red. And Russia, not even thinking about it. They're going to come around the center guard. Seemed like, well, already thought about it.
Yeah, absolutely. They knew what shot Switzerland were playing, so before Switzerland even played it, they would have discussed what shot they were going to do, and that's the shot that they've got their centre guard. Use it, make it difficult for Switzerland. They want to force Switzerland to take their 1 here.
Well, who are these guys?
Oh, Team Scotland playing next door. It's Denmark.
The Danes scoring 1 in the first end. So that's the score next door. Playing very close to the crowd this evening. Alina Kovaleva, skip for Russia, coming around the center guard.
We saw her make some amazing draws earlier on, and she's carried it on into this game. So you can just see the edge of this. You can come round it. The back ring weight and tap it back. Important here to keep the shooter. That's why they play it down weight. Keep the shooter in play, lie 2.
Nou, vast! Vast! Hing het 12. Vast, niet er is. Kom. Vast, kom. Zie het. Okay.
Well, over curl. And that's a bad mistake. Promotes a Russian stone in for them to lie 2.
Yeah, didn't just clip the guard. Virtually nosed it. Big mistake. And even when she was in the hack, told Tiranzoni to give me more eyes. So advantage lost for Switzerland.
Пока начало. Линия появляется. 26. Линия. 26. Нет, переваливай. Нет. 6 высокий. Стой.
Just hoping no over curl here. It will end up in a pretty good spot for Russia.
Hin. Hin. 60. Finde ich gut. Bis 70 nicht.
So not an easy draw here.
60. Ja, finde ich gut. 60.
I think we've seen Alina Pets make similar draws before, even this week. Doesn't need a lot of room to make these, of course. It's not only Pets, it's figuring out the ice with Terenzoni and two excellent sweepers, Barbasat and Oyenschwander, to guide this rock to the tee line. Sweepers need to go here. Facing two. Past the corner guard. Second shot. Will they get it further? No, not quite. The line was there. Just didn't have the legs. So Russia will draw first blood here in this bronze medal game. A steal of 1.
Ja, finde ich gut. Eben, ich habe immer noch das Gefühl, es ist eher klein.
We're in Helsingborg, Sweden for this Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019 bronze medal game. Russia stealing 1 point in the first end for Switzerland. They will still have last stone advantage. This time they'll be looking to capitalize on it. See Alina Pets and Oyenschwander sliding on these Teflon sliders while sweeping. But some choose to use their gripper and essentially walk or run next to the rock. Is there a right or wrong? Pros, cons?
There's no right or wrong, but physios definitely like sweepers to wear their kipper while they're sweeping, so there's more balance and their body weight is more controlled while they're sweeping. They're not putting all the effort into sliding, so for muscles it's better. This is physios anyway saying this. You know, sliding, a lot of players still slide, but I'd probably say it's half and half now, of people sliding and people, and it's your own preference. Where I think the main concept is, how do you get the best pressure on your brush? And if that is by putting the kipper on, and you know, some people just struggle to have a kipper on and get the feet working at the same time.
I think this is something that's being tested more and more, finding ways to measure.
Well, it's your efficiency of sweeping, so you want one on either side, so it's what's natural for the players on that side.
I think for some it's easier to judge weight when they're sliding next to the rock. Maybe it's a better feel.
I think as well it's what you've been brought up doing. The youngsters nowadays are being taught to sweep with their kipper on, so that's all they really know. Whereas years ago you started by sliding, And maybe if you've done it that way, it's then very hard to judge the speed when you then start putting a kipper on. But it's what's more efficient, that you can be the best sweeper you can be.
Ja, finde ich gut. Ja, vorne 4. Das war 15-1. Ja.
We look at the coach's bench for Switzerland. Pierre Charette from Quebec, Canada.
56. Länge ist nicht so schlecht. Linie ist gut. Länge ist recht gut. Vor 8. T-Line. T-Line. Gut. T-Line. Gar nicht. Ist er 4 oder? T-Line ist er, genau. Können wir hinten drauf nehmen? Er ist ja am Satz. Ja. Bis hinten. Bis hinten, komm. Du müsst eigentlich Linie ziehen. Gut reagiert. Ich habe 56 gesehen, ich glaube 4.
Comes down to the back 4. Irina Kolesnikova, coach for Russia. What do the coaches bring into the game for the teams? Just to take all the honor, or do they
Different coaches have different roles with teams. And some are very involved with the tactical side of the game. Some are more just as team managers. So it's dependent on what the team require.
I've even seen teams just bring a sports psychologist, naming them as a coach.
Yeah, and I think, you know, coaches nowadays have to be that multi-skilled role in a team, just because teams need different input. Very experienced teams won't need as much tactical input.
Getting pretty cozy here this evening, playing just next door, the men in the bronze game. It's a pretty focused 4 teams out there so far. A medal could be quite important in terms of funding, depending on the different federations, Olympic committees, so on, what they require of results.
And yeah, funding is so important for these athletes nowadays. They need to be able to travel abroad and compete against the best teams in the world so that they can develop as well. But if you don't have the funding, it's very hard to do.
Komarova with big weight here, trying to spill a couple of yellows, gets one. Yeah, might even have some private sponsors and medal bonus. You never know. I'm not too privy to these things.
And every country is so different on their funding setups. But as you say, a medal just might make the difference.
Ross Patterson here, skip of Team Scotland.
Yeah, just looking to blank this end.
Shot, Ross.
No problem there.
Nice shot. Yeah. Fine.
So the score is the same in the men's bronze game, 1-0 for Denmark.
Switzerland lie 2, but they are back tee. Looking to see what they can see through that gap. The double is on, catching that one first.
Whoa.
Oh, a really nice result. Doesn't lift the double. Springs over on top, lies on the button.
Чуть-чуть присаднула. Чуть-чуть. Совсем. Совсем капель.
Big smiles. We didn't see much of that earlier on in the semi-final today.
Hier nog. Ja. Ze is een beetje bewegt, hè? Ja. Goed. Hier loopt ze recht goed. Ik had het gevoel, eindig. Kan je nog iets? Ja, dat vind je ook goed. Oké, 10,5. Ja.
Wanted to try and hold the shooter.
Okay.
Doesn't spin back in.
Hey, watch with you.
And I think coaches nowadays, Andra, they've got a really important role to play in the actual training, because the teams are practicing on ice more and more. They're full time, so more and more time is being spent training. What are teams doing in that training? What's beneficial, and making sure every session has a meaning and that teams are always progressing.
Some teams have coaches just coming to the bigger events. Some have coaches coming to all the spiels. And some teams will have coaches that live in the same city as them. I don't think Wayne Madoha for Sweden has moved to Sweden yet, for instance. Or Pierre Charette.
And that's where teams do have a couple of different support staff. That one could just be for major events from the tactical side of the game, and being at the major competitions, and then somebody else working with them on a day-to-day basis at home.
Alina Pets.
Oh, in de kant. Best, Melly, best. Best. Oh. Oh. Kijk, daar. Goed zo. 8-6.
Hits and rolls to the wing.
Goed. Kijk, так gewoon, мне кажется, легче стрей сделать. Галь. Вот так. Вес. Да, заставить можно. На 10. 10? Травище совсем мохнатый, там будет подсаживаться. Ага. Какой вес делаем? 10. Ага. Свип! 10! О! О! Вау! Свип! Свип!
Just past the guard here. Kovaleva onto the yellow, rolls in. Russia lies 2 again. Great sweep to get that past the guard.
You know how? Yeah. What? Nossa. Yeah.
9.5 second takeout on the nose.
Yep.
Yeah, first to one here.
You know,
Last on, second end to tie the game here. Oenschwander on the sweep all the way down here. Will hit and stick in the forefoot. That is a single point for the Swiss. All very close through 2 ends.
4.
In the 1 minute clip's done, so there's no hurry. Okay? I'll let you do it yourself.
Можешь помочь?
It's okay?
Let's put a couple bits on if we can.
Может мне просто надрезать эту штучку и отснять ее?
We can take it off. You have a scissors. Gotta give it to no.
Whatever's quickest. That's even better. Well done. Okay.
Надеюсь, он не выкинет. Мы за них деньги заплатили. Заплатит тогда в ответ. Давай, я выкину. Все. Все, нет, дальше. Да, спокойно. Finde ich gut, so aus 8. Go blank. Jederzeit. 90-4-0, hä? Finde ich gut. Englisch recht gut. Ich glaube, schön noch schnell. Hey, 3 ist gut. Englisch recht gut. Nur Linie ist aber Guard. Okay, die Linie ist gut. Okay, Länge ist auch recht gut. Nicht rein, hä? Er läuft mega gut.
We are live from the Olympia rink in Helsingborg, Sweden. Women's bronze medal game here at the European Championships. We see this draw wrapping around the guard. Just a bit heavy coming to the back of the 8 foot.
Yeah, and interestingly, Russia going around the centre, not putting up their corners.
That already trying to manage the even ends.
Yeah, I think they're looking at this third end thinking, okay, we're quite happy to blank here. Go into that next even end with the hammer.
Seems most teams have employed that tactic this week. From around the centre playing away, throw the corner guard coming home. Even quite early in the game like here, Switzerland happy to come down onto the red.
Yeah, it was such an open game they had against Scotland earlier on. It's just nice to see some stones in play. This is the way Switzerland have played all week. Topped the round robin. Why change your game plan when it's working?
So often you find an end become quite messy if you play one deep draw around a centre guard. It is certainly the recipe for a full house.
Ich finde ihn kurz. Zieh. Ja. Länge ist vorne 4. Nein, ist nur Chance. Keine Chance. Ist es 3.
This one pulling up way short. Bad mistake by Moyenfrande. Nowhere close. Not sure what happened there.
14-0.
Да, 14-20 девочка.
Да.
Раз у нее сюда
Да,
14-20.
14-20.
Раз прокатился дойти. Обязательно выше. Добавила.
Есть хорошая такая линия. 4.
Внимательно вверх.
4.
Линия отличная.
Дойти нельзя.
Might be hard to prepare for a bronze game when you play on the tour, World Curling Tour. You play events here and there. Rarely you play for third place. You lose the semi-final. You're out. It's over. You go home. The finals, I think, teams are used to playing, but playing for third place, maybe not so much.
And in many sports, if you lose the semi-final, both teams get a bronze medal. So it is so hard to get up for a bronze medal game. But you have to win a game to earn a bronze medal by doing this. It's not just a losing semi-finalist is awarded a medal.
Well, it's certainly enjoyable for us watching.
Yep, and it's nice to have to play to win it.
I do believe the losers of the semi-finals were awarded bronze medals
Будет нормально.
for a couple of years.
13-90 тоже будет хорошо.
Clearly, everyone felt we needed to have a game.
It's a shame that I lost quite a few bronze medal games. Wasn't that my days under?
So did you have a hard time then focusing on those games? Still upset when you entered the... I see you nodding.
Только Маша. Нет, поднять. Поднять. Сам идет куда надо. Чуть-чуть пониже.
Yeah, it's a really tough game to get up for because your whole focus for the week is that gold medal, and I think it makes a difference how quickly the bronze medal game is played. If it is only a couple of hours after your semi, it's not long. Where if it's the next day, you've got a whole night's sleep to think about it. So different people will react differently to the loss. And fourth place is just the worst place to finish. As we look over at Scotland, and they're facing 4 Danish counters. The only good thing for Scotland is they're all back tee, so Ross Patterson has a way in. Just needs to be in the forefoot.
I think it was one of those lower slides, so. Top button. Right here, hot.
Here hot.
Back button.
But as long as it's forefoot.
Sitting in.
Okay, it's all you boys.
Nice shot.
Great draw from Ross Patterson.
Cool as a cucumber.
How was it here, hot?
Tied game.
So slightly wide up path, right, boys? Finger out arses here. Come on.
I just missed 2 shots.
Yeah, so they've had 24 hours to think about this game.
Yes! Да, sweep, sweep!
There's the women. Just a couple of hours.
Снимай, воу.
Воу, Катя!
Воу, ничего ждем. Ничего. Ничего.
Да, тирай!
Хорош. Молодец.
О, вообще не... Força.
Kun je eronder werden? Eronder wäre so.
Was ist, wenn wir freisen?
Ja, das habe ich mir auch überlegt.
Ich glaube, wenn wir nass kommen...
Ja, einfach ja, -2 wäre nicht schlecht im Moment, ja. Ja. Kommst du 9,5? Ja.
Nass hast du?
Ja.
Nasse? Ja, nass. Come. Nice. Yeah, come.
Just rose too far. Just wanted to sit on top of that red.
Stay.
But very important to keep the shooter. Because the plant for Russia, red to yellow, is very straightforward.
Не хочется просто свои снимать. Ну да, если там зажжение, будет неприятно.
Ну, мы еще можем так сыграть.
Мне на самом деле так больше нравится, потому что если я сделаю стей, они могут нам привести его просто.
Ну, это опасно.
Могут привести.
Вообще, давай вот так.
Давай.
Шутер наверху идет.
Ну, слушай, посмотри, как стоит.
Мне нравится не особо сильным весом.
9.
На 10.
На 10?
Может, на 9?
Хочешь, давай на 9.
Давай на 9, да. Полкамня?
Да, между ними попасть. Воу.
Нет,
Воу,
85.
внимание. Воу.
85.
Нет, свип.
Свип!
Да. Воу. Нет. Вообще нет.
Оттирайте.
Окей.
Will make the double. July 4.
Хорош, Маш.
Спасибо.
Terug gaan we roesten naar.
Andere werd al iets. Aber, ja. Aber. Oder die zwei. Nou, das ist nur flop. Ja, also ist nicht einfach. Was ich da nicht, ja. Ja. Nein, aber ist gut. Ist gut, ja. Der Preis gefällt mir nicht, so muss ich ehrlich sagen.
Tiny bit of trouble here for the Swiss.
Kommen schneller. Ja. Gut. Wird wahrscheinlich schon schwierig, Alina zum rausnehmen, muss ich sagen. Ja, aber dann liegen wir vor diesen zwei. Ist gut. Ist gut. Clearing.
Für eine Länge.
Ja, ist gut. Ja. Gut. Wie hat es da gegeben, Meli? Weißt du das noch, wo du eingespielt hast?
Ein bisschen, aber es hat immer ein bisschen Girl am Anfang und dann ist es recht gerade, denke ich. Also sie findet es gut. Ja.
Big weight from Alina Pets coming off the wide stone here, rolls in. Doesn't get the double, but will sit in front of what now is a pretty big red wall in the back 12. Won't be easy to remove that yellow.
Gut gespielt.
Десяткой делать хит-н-ролл. Клир, если что, хит-н-ролл.
Мне кажется, она надо совсем послабее вес. Если что, пусть даже
Makes
упремся в
it
этот
difficult
нижний.
now for
Я
Russia
просто
to
хочу
move it.
ставить камнем.
Да. Я думаю, вообще колодкой такой будем
А,
делать.
вот так вот попадаем.
Да. Какой вес? Ну, такой колодочка какой-нибудь. Надо выкроить немного.
Playing a very controlled weight here.
Нормальная щетка на колодку? А что, нам просто так в край надо попасть?
Trying to use the curl
Ну да.
to their benefit.
Ну, если что, мы попадаем больше, чем в край.
Ну даже если мы сделаем стей-стей, то это тоже
With the
окей,
soft
в
weight and the
принципе.
curl, you can almost come from the side and try and punch the yellow
Колодочку делаем. Давай
past
чуть
the back reds,
поменьше.
keep the shooter in play.
Чуть-чуть сюда.
Delicate shot for Alina Kovaleva.
Сильнее колодки.
Колодка плюс!
Воу.
Колодка!
Свип! Вау! Вау! Внимание! Свип! Да!
Just wants to catch a tiny piece of it. It's really starting to curl on them.
Давай.
That is a bit too much.
Убирай! Хорош. Молодец.
But leaves the yellow very exposed. Not sure how many Russia's lying at the moment.
Ja, mit dem Inter, mit dem Out.
Two for sure.
Damit der da geht.
Canfax love the triple here.
Ja. Gut. Immer noch ein bisschen weniger. Oder mit dem In. Kannst du nicht sagen.
Beides, was dir lieber ist. Ich hätte jetzt mit dem In.
Okay, ist gut.
Actually, the back one
Viel nochmal. Ja.
one on the right is higher.
Das Minimum.
I think Lena Pets can
Treffen, oder?
make any shots she wants to.
Also, wenn du Nase hast, das ist auch nicht so schlimm.
Certainly a shot maker. And she needs to make one right here. Get her team out of trouble. Last stone for the Swiss. One Russian stone still to be played. Gets, just the one through the hole. Very unlucky to do so.
Yes, very unlucky.
You're hoping to at least catch one of them. But to punch that right in the gap. Unbelievable. Almost a chuckle from Pets. Can't believe that just happened. And Russia with a great chance to score 3 here. Last stone, third hand, to jump ahead in this game. Early on the sweep. Slight panic here. Arsenkiina, Kuzmina trying to hold the line for the skipper, but this is over curling by a mile. Nowhere close to the yellow. Wow. Huge mistake. And the question is it even 2? I'm not sure.
Wow, what an end to that end. Kovaleva, she knows what it's like, how you feel when you lose a bronze medal game. She lost it last year to Germany. So she won't want to feel like that again. And what an opportunity to score 3. It looks like red from here.
Does it though?
What do you think? Do you think it's yellow?
I'll go yellow, just to
Okay, I think it's red.
not agree with you. So umpire brings out the macrometer. What's it called?
Micrometer.
Yes,
The measure.
the measure, the stick. It's a tiny dial on this one. If we're lucky, we'll see the number
2.
2. And for the
This will
red,
be 3.
are you sure?
Oh no!
Just a 1.
You were right.
I'm finally right about something. So just 1. Just 1 for Russia. Unbelievable. Helena Pets with a sigh of relief. Oh, it's certainly entertaining. Russia 2, Switzerland 1.
О, зайти нельзя. Внимательно, не надо очень низко. Пошел валить. Сильно валит.
Super. Умница.
Bronze medal game action. on the end sheet here, close to the crowd.
Okay.
And the crowd certainly got some drama, some entertainment
Länge ist recht gut.
in that third end. Switzerland first missing a triple, only got one. Left Russia a chance to score 3. Complete miss by Russian skip Kovaleva. Only a single point, so still a very close contest. And we see a mistake here by Melanie Barbasat. Pretty sure that was meant to be a corner guard. Slips onto the rings. Actually something not sure if I've seen all week. Maybe once. Definitely haven't seen that many times. Lead's been pretty solid. I'm not sure about you, Rona. I might have suppressed some mistakes.
I think I've seen a couple slip into the rings it shouldn't have, but on the whole, all leads this week have really been first class.
Gets a second chance here though, with Russia just rolling out on that hit. Doesn't change the end too much, especially now with the 5-rock rule. A saving grace for Leeds. Always kind of have a second chance of putting up your corner guard. Russia still not allowed to make a play on it as it sits in that free guard zone. Looking spectacular.
Always amazes me how Selena Argentina can slide and manage to put a glove back on while she's still sliding. That's a skill in itself.
All players have small quirky routines.
So a good guard.
Das sieht noch viel Eis aus, kann das sein?
Vorne 4. Länge ist recht gut. Linie. Wo ist er? Länge ist die Line. Wo? Platz. Vorne 4. Vor 8. Vor 8. Fest. 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 Komm vor 8. Zieh Linie. Fest. Fest. Komm tiefer. Fest. Noch ein bisschen. Komm. Noch ein bisschen. Super gewischt. Gut gewischt.
Ich weiß es nicht.
70 kann ich haben.
70 für den vorne?
Ja. Und ein Jobel. 13,80.
У меня что-то 74, 12,80 как баклайн. Можно чуть-чуть побольше. Добавила. Добавила мало.
Внимательно, девочки! Линий много! Много линий! Это слабо! Давай, Маш! Это гард! Ниже. Можно ниже.
Coming up shy here. 2 center guards still.
Das ist nichts, gell? Ich würde vorne aufmachen. Ja, der geht einfach da drauf, Bob ist okay.
Tipptopp, ja, finde ich gut.
Clearing.
Ja. Hast.
We got some rocks in play here. It's Denmark with the last stone. I think Scotland lying a couple.
Yeah, line 2. Ross Patterson just played a great draw into the side of the button. Not an easy raise even for Denmark.
Coming around, trying to catch that top yellow onto the second yellow and down onto the pocket.
Yeah, the angle for that's pretty good, but it's quite tight past that guard.
Early on the sweep here from Mikkel Krause. Actually running the red straight back, catches a piece. What a shot! Does it spin too far?
No, I think he's got the shot. Wow. He looked really disappointed there, as though they had misjudged the sweeping. But he did get the shot.
Fantastic. Wow. Yes, raises the long guard with soft weight, straight back onto his own 2 yellows, onto the button for the single. And if Denmark isn't elated with that one, I'm not really sure what kind of shots they've been playing this week, because they've certainly been fist pumping away every day here in Helsingborg.
Yeah, because he talked about just playing a soft weight come around, but obviously decided the long raise was easier.
I just figured he was coming around looking at the broom placements, but can't argue with the result.
Ah, lovely shot. Teranzoni rolls in behind the corner guard. Would have liked a fraction more of a roll to cover the inside of it.
Chasing after that stone that rolled. Maria Komarova hit and roll in behind everything. Doesn't curl enough, just tickles that yellow to the edge of the 12 foot.
Yeah, great opportunity now for Switzerland. They've got the cover out front. They've got last stone here. And this is the game we've seen Switzerland play all week throughout the round robin and be successful. So it was so strange today in the semi-final to see them completely change their game plan.
Ich finde der Seis.
Ich finde es recht gut im Fall.
70.
Ja. Ja. Ja, 70 ist gut.
Only 2 teams who have beaten Sweden this week, Switzerland and Russia.
Oh, Linie warten. Finde recht gut.
I think.
Okay, warten. Von 8. Linie ist gut. Linie ist gut. Linie. Tia!
Allein jetzt.
Tia! Linie! Dash! Dash!
Oh dear, here's another mistake.
Okay. Macht nichts. Gut gespielt.
Sorry. Ich habe es wünscht unterwegs.
Light of weight and leaves a guard out front. You don't want to be blocking the front when you've got last stone.
Sweden, of course, will play Scotland in the final.
Top 7 ranked teams in the women's event will go to the World Championships. Prince George in Canada. Top 8 in the men's will go to Glasgow to the World Men's.
What's the better place?
Oh, let me think about that. I have to say Glasgow.
But you're biased.
Just a smidgen.
Каким весом? Хотим на 10 где-то. Чуть-чуть побольше.
Well, the world ranking place is so important for teams because it gives them the opportunity to gain Olympic points And that's what they all want, to place at the Olympic Games.
Kovaleva. Makes the hit and roll, but doesn't roll far enough. Will sit in the open. Great chance for Switzerland to set up for a score of 3 here. Make a roll in behind cover. It would be hard for Russia to get to them.
Wir sollten nicht da liegen bleiben.
Ja, stimmt, ja. Ein Feiner.
Ja, fein auf jeden Fall.
Ja, Feiner ist gut.
Dass es genau die Spezilinie ist.
Feiner.
Ein bisschen mehr als halb. Ja, dann bin ich im Feinen gut. Roll in die Mitte, oder? Ja,
The Europeans is always a great event. Players love playing here. You've got the A division and the B division side by side.
Die hat halt einfach nachher der.
Ja, also komm, wir machen
26 teams through in the B hall, and through here 20 teams. So a lot of nations competing here this week.
Early on the sweep here. Light out of hand. Kamalina Pets. Are they even past the guard here? No. Touches the guard. Is lucky to not wreck on their own shot stone here, actually. Mistakes left and right. And this end.
And the last end.
Девочки,
Just-
камня в 4.
I think both teams just struggling to
Так, чтобы не было двойного.
О, вот ниже.
deal with what they're playing in.
Нам вообще надо вести, мы вообще бежим 4 за.
Катя, в конец 4 футов.
Too many half shots and then the opposition not capitalising. She knows that was a missed opportunity there.
Another field goal
Нет,
by Pets.
нормально, да? Ну да. Нам
Scoring in
после
American
гарда нельзя
football, you
меняться, потому
chuck a
что
ball
очень
between two
сильно, скорее
poles.
всего, повалит потом.
Хорошо.
Never mind.
Чуть побольше.
I believe you.
Но сейчас стоим чуть пошире, чем возим, поэтому может быть чуть по-другому.
Let's get a timer on this. From that first black hog line there. Till the second. Big sweep here. Kuzmina, Arsenkina.
And I come
Clock's
right
in at
around.
14 seconds. Should be in the house somewhere, but does over curl. So again, team's not able to take their opportunities here. First one to make a shot gets the score. Switzerland, of course, lying one.
Yeah, it's not an easy draw for two.
Could you tap up the yellow guard close to the house there?
70. Ich denke, zwischen 60 und 70 sind wir auf der Tee. Findet ihr das gut?
Ja, wir können ankommen am Galen.
It's trying to come through that gap
Also am inneren Galen.
Ja.
between the reds.
Schön auf die T-Line.
Ja.
65.
Gut.
Because otherwise, on the other hand, she would have to go really wide to come round the guard. And it could be an unknown speed out there.
Eng ist vorne, T-Line.
Oh, warte,
Schnell,
warte.
Eske.
Ist gut. T-Line.
Weg. Meli, dranbleiben, Meli.
This is hanging on the guard right now.
Fest, fest.
Trying to carve it in here, Barbasat, but it is wide. Actually promotes the red. Oh, it doesn't come
Oh
off the
my
other red, does
goodness.
it? Close to disaster here, I think. It is red. What is going on in this game?
I don't know.
A steal of one for Russia. Again, unbelievable. Well, it's certainly entertaining, Rona. I'll hand you that. Russia can't believe they just scored. And leading Switzerland by 2.
Давай пару твой поменяем просто и все.
Нет, ты просто очень узко поехала сейчас. Я тебе вот так вот головой махала.
Да я его подкрутила, Маш, но я ж примерно вижу, куда я не надо.
фото?
Да. Далее!
Хороший!
Я добавила внимательно.
Если
Не
подожди
повыше.
пока!
Поднять.
Зайти нельзя!
Подсаживай!
Далее первая. Сильно валит. Чуть перевалит, наверное.
We are in Helsingborg, Sweden for the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. Bronze medal games this evening, both for the women's and the men's. Our focus tonight on the women. It is Russia playing Switzerland. Russia leading by 2. Could have been very different, but hard to tell where that previous end was going. Turned into a bit of a dark comedy, really.
Yeah, it really was quite bizarre. Switzerland had the opportunity to really score a good few points at that end, and ends up, Russia stealing a 1 from nothing. Switzerland would have been better not throwing their last stone, and it would have been Peel's now.
Внимательно. Маш, очень линии вообще нет, пониже, девочки. Да. Давай. Еще капельку.
Супер, молодец.
Хорош.
Мне кажется,
Молодцы, спасибо.
So momentum swing definitely to Russia now.
Такой заход сильный был. Vorne.
Ja, er is nog 12. 12, Tiri.
12, 8.
Linie weg gut. 12.
Eher Plätze, oder?
12.
Linie weg gut. 8 Fuß.
Nur 12.
Nein, Linie ist. Rest.
Nur 12, 8.
Go! Immer! Okay, gut.
Pretty good setup here by the leads.
Алин, сколько был сейчас длинный?
470.
Да, мне 480.
Вес сам. Пока больше веса.
Воу.
Только линия.
Внимание, линия
Я
надо будет.
супер.
Свип! Очень линия, да!
Очень, Катя, да!
Давай. Воу.
Comes up light here. Really lines up a double on the center guards if Switzerland were to take it on. You see Scotland, Denmark in the men's bronze game, blanking the 5th end, so the score is the same there. Denmark leading 2-1. The Danish really impressive this week. Some unknown players to most, making it their way from B group last season, making it into the playoffs here. Really impressive.
Yeah, they've had a great week. Really played some tight games and some super shots. As you say, relatively unknown.
The skip, Mikkel Krause, of course. A history with Rasmus Stjerne. Probably bringing a lot of experience into that Danish team. With a chance to medal.
Свип! Воу!
Нет! 9! Сильно!
Внимание!
Очень сильно!
Воу!
Маша! Маленький ролл! Умница!
Хорош!
Умница! Где-то 9.
Richtig Schutz, oder?
Ja.
Gottels!
Schwierig, hä?
Ich habe da so viel Platz.
Ja.
Ich glaube, ich kann nur gerade hinten dran rollen.
Ja, okay. So wäre gut, oder? Kannst die Garden sind ja eingestellt nachher. Ja. Okay. Ist gut, ja. Gut. Was siehst du für eine Länge im Feinen?
Okay.
Switzerland line one. They've got their corner guard, so a good chance to try and generate the two here.
Schneller! Sani! Zieh!
Wow, Meli,
Meli, nehmen wir Meli. Tisch!
Okay.
Мне кажется, не.
Там нет драки.
Дабл опасно, мы можем так пробить свой.
Да.
Мне кажется, надо что-то через эти делать.
А что там можно сделать?
Там большое расстояние?
Такое.
Драга там нет вроде.
Да.
Мне нравится стей на 10.
Стей?
Мы попадем в желтый?
Может, на 9, чтобы точно выбил?
А?
Может, на 9, чтобы точно выбило что-нибудь?
Мне просто кажется, надо чуть-чуть. Давай на 9.
Точно стей?
Но они так корявенько немного стоят.
А не перевал?
Не, я думаю, стей, может, даже чуть не давал.
Окей. 9 или 10?
9.
10? 10?
Trying to read the angles on the rocks here. There's something called the drag effect in curling. What happens when two rocks are that close together?
Yeah, because they're just looking at the distance between the rocks there, because if the stone drags, it will change the angle, and oh, unfortunately they just jammed that on. They were hoping to miss their own back red, but it opens it up.
That, of course, also plays into the hands of Switzerland.
Yeah, Switzerland could get a hit and roll here. The only good thing for Russia, they've got two reds at the front they can use to raise up.
Ja, finde ich recht gut so. Normal!
Bis wo willst du rollen?
Bis da.
Normal?
Ja.
Bis hinter die Corner geht, gell?
Ja, bis aussen 4.
Ja.
Kannst du das sagen? Ja.
So this is an opportunity Switzerland have to take here. They want to go into this fifth end break with a bit more confidence.
Esther! Fest! Fest, komm! Komm! Oh, Meli!
Okay.
It doesn't get the roll. Do lie 3, but that roll is very tempting for Russia now.
Давай.
The Scottish fans are dancing in the stands today.
Wow.
Сильнее, 8-5!
Поднять?
Маш, нам ролл надо.
I don't think we'll be rolling towards the center line here.
Окей. Сильнее просто. Да.
Mistake again.
Das ist mega schwierig. Ich glaube, gut, da ist alles gut. Das ist auch nicht so einfach. Für Eis gebe ich das Spiel ein bisschen negativ. So. Ja, finde ich recht gut. Ich glaube, es ist gut Eis. Du könntest sogar raus, 12 habe ich das Gefühl. Ja. Da ist gut, da ist der vorne 8.
Ja,
ist gut. Das ist auch gut.
Lieber 12 als 4, oder?
Ja, da ist perfekt, vorne 8.
Okay.
Ein bisschen weiter aussen, da musst du uns schon noch ein bisschen geben. Alles vor der Tür ist gut. Ich will dir einen aktiven 60er, finde ich auch. Ja.
Er muss aktiv sein.
Ja, voll. Dann langt 60.
Okay. Er ist mega weit draußen. Mach die Länge einfach sicher.
Oh, this one coming really close to the barrier.
Okay,
No curl at all.
nehmen den da. Können wir nach hinten? Ja, nehmen den da. Ja, ist dort. Komm.
Now it starts.
Ist gut, ist gut.
Wow.
Okay, gut.
Did she play that out and release? It was very close to the foam bumper.
Gut, 12, 6.
Yeah.
Gut. Gerade runtergelaufen.
Line 3 though, all spread around.
Нет, я сколько там хочу.
Russia could just draw around here, but very tempting to eliminate a Swiss counter.
I think she was sliding rather wide.
You can hear that. Look at this. I don't think I've seen a shot this close to the bumper. Definitely not a draw.
Ja, ist dort. Komm. Ist gut, ist gut. Ist dort. Okay, gut.
This game is certainly full of surprises tonight.
A chance to make a good one here, Kovaleva. Switzerland again with a really good setup. Looking at really hard to get the roll in behind cover. Maybe too hard. And it rolls too far. That shot was made. Missed the line call.
Ich finde es gut, ja. Es ist einfach gut gelaufen, meine. Also ich habe einen 60er gehabt.
Yeah, a roll there would really have
Мы на борт договаривались.
На какой борт? Ты
killed
чё?
the end for Switzerland. So again, missed opportunity there from Russia.
Vor an 8, wie bitte?
Switzerland now going for the draw round again.
Weniger, ist gut. Weil ihre ist also...
Could be trying not to be quite so wide this time.
Ich würde sagen 70 zum Besser. Etwas drunter noch.
Might run just a bit straighter if you come too wide.
70 finde ich gut. Ja. Ist gut. Vor 8.
See what
Ja.
kind of curl Alina Petz will get with this one.
Schön kurz. Zirkli. Häng ist gut. Linie ist gut. Mega gerade. Muss gerade laufen. Linie ist gut. Linie ziehen. Zieh
Certainly not as close to the bumper with this one.
Fest. Das 3. Fest.
But shy of weight. Does it come off the guard? It does. So still protecting that second shot in the back 12. Hard to remove. Russia just seeing Switzerland struggle with two draws coming down the left-hand side as we saw it. Might not feel too confident following that draw.
Сейчас подумаю.
Elena Pat's really struggling today. No conversation between her and Tiranzoni.
Could play the run back here.
Либо завозить, либо ранбэк.
Pretty short to get at least one yellow going.
Ранбэк вам нравится?
Yeah, I think that they had a look. They don't want to jam it on the back red though, either.
Could draw around the corner. Might get shot stone. Tap the red.
Yeah, I could draw around the corner easily to be shot.
Да. Ну, ладно, я думаю.
Don't think
Слушай, мне кажется, что если рота,
too convinced.
дальше.
Could draw the button on the left-hand side as we see it, but a very tight port.
Давай
Having
ранбэк.
to come very close to the yellow corner. This might seem like a safer play.
В идеале, конечно, стейдж.
Could actually hit the yellow and get a roll in behind cover.
Ну, вообще хорошо было
Could
бы
run it
так,
and
потому
get
что
both
в твою
yellows
сторону у нас
too.
ролл хуже будет. Да, но там
Ну, я думаю, что
аккуратно надо
стей
вот
будет
с теми.
хорошо. На 9?
Не, я
As long
думаю,
as it
что
doesn't go
синий
red,
без
yellow
просто
onto the
просто
red.
без.
Давай. Я веду на стей.
Там вот не заджемить.
Да, да.
Both teams, 19 minutes on the clock.
Ну, в идеале было бы, да, но там он может в наш пойти.
It's
Вообще
a
в
timer,
идеале
isn't it?
stay.
Not really a clock.
На 9.
Да.
This has been the hot topic this week.
Не-не-не, не надеюсь.
You're very pernickety getting, Xander.
I pick my spots.
On their timer, they both have 19 minutes
See?
left.
Now everyone's happy.
Okay.
Sweep, sweep, sweep! Wow! Sweep, sweep! Wow! Sweep! That, wow! Wow! Wow!
Oh, I just missed that back red. But who lies shot? I think it could be Russia.
Ja, oder einfach den für treffen oder für einen. Aber ist okay, dann machen wir das. Gut.
Gleich lang, oder? Sorry? Gleich lang ist gut.
Guten Job.
Ich denke, du kannst gleich lang spielen. Da ist es
Das Minimum, Tiri.
Übrigens, ich fahre recht gut. Meine Gonnegarde ist recht gerade am Anfang.
Wie lange muss ich? Sorry, Esther, sag's noch.
Ja, ich habe 75.
So missed opportunity at this end for Switzerland. They really had a good end built up. And now being forced to take a one.
Last stone, fifth end.
Gut. Zieh ein bisschen. Linie ist gut. Zieh ein bisschen Linie. Linie ist gut, Tiri. Linie ist nie ein Problem. Länge steht. Linie ist gut.
Navigate
Länge ist gut.
past
Linie
the
ist
guards
gut.
here.
Gut. Okay, putzen. Mega gut.
Will be one. Close for two? No? See you shaking your head, Rona.
Definitely red.
One for sure.
Remember, I won the last bet on the measure.
Ja, we can measure.
Oh, we'll have a second one.
Ja, ist klar hier.
You're saying red?
Yep.
I guess I'll go yellow with this one. 1 point for sure for the Swiss, and they're going to see if they can get a second. Not sure if I feel as confident with this one, but I'll still go yellow.
Definitely red. Anyway, it was a good draw by Elena Pitts.
We saw, for those who followed the semi-final, we were looking at Helsingborg's release. Also, Kovaleva here holding the rock at a 12 o'clock position. Alina Petz with maybe the more traditional 10 o'clock releasing at 12.
Да, я просто смотрю, Маша забежала, ну, побежала помогать, я думаю...
Umpire's getting some work to do. Russia is red, Switzerland yellow. If the yellow is closer, it will be 2 points for Switzerland. Is that a 3
Смотри, не упади.
we saw there?
Are you ready to lose this, Sander? Oh, red by a mile.
Only one.
Oh boy. So only one for Switzerland. And that will wrap up the first 5 ends of this game. Teams heading into the halftime break. Chance to talk to their coach. I wonder what they might have to say after this display.
Yep.
Second end. Alina Petz with last stone. trailing Russia by 1. Neuenschwander keeping it straight. Will sit in the forfeit for the single point, tied game. Moving along to the fourth end. Alina Petz drawing through a tight court to score 2, but comes up heavy, comes up wide, ends up promoting a red stone, chips off another, and on to the forfeit. A steal of 1 for Russia. And in the fifth end, again drawing through a port, this time with a much better effort, line, weight, it's all there. As Barbesat and Neuenschwander just nursing this one to the 8 foot. And after a measure, we would see it was just a single. Also looking over the men's bronze medal game, Scotland-Denmark. You see Scotland lying to Skip Ross Patterson with a chance to score a 3 to break this game wide open. It's been pretty close fought so far. The first multiple score of the game. Duncan Menzies, Michael Goodfellow on the sweep here. No panic though. Into the house for a 3, taking a grip on this bronze game. So there we see it, 4-2. Scotland leads after 6 ends played.
Okay, let's have fun out there.
That's what I mean. Let's
kick their asses now.
Everybody watch the game, and if we forget something, maybe the other can say, "Hey, why don't we go around the corner guard?" You know, safe shot.
Let's make it a good one. Good.
Go, Savannah, come on. Yeah, we made comebacks before.
Yeah.
Taking a look at the stats, and both teams may be playing a bit below their average this week. We've certainly had some mistakes in the first 5 ends. It does seem like this game is really up for grabs. Whoever can start to make a few more shots and play their normal game will pick up a bronze medal, but it will be Russia with the advantage, a 1-point lead and last stone as the teams return for the 6th end.
Wow! Wow! Yep. Go, Melly, Achtung. Yep. Eigentlich recht gut. 3. Knapp, ist nur ein 1-2. Dann nimm eine 1. Dann muss er aber curlen, Freunde. Mitte. Nur ein 1, so schwach. Mitte. Der kommt schon weiter. Nimm ihn. Gut so.
We are back in action here on the Olympia rink in Helsingborg, Sweden, for the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. Russia, Switzerland playing for bronze. A mixed medley, you might call it, the first 5 ends. I guess a medley is already mixed, but...
Yes, it is, but I know what you're meaning. Certainly it's gone back and forth Both teams making errors, but neither just
второй половине брать.
grasping, taking the opportunity to capitalise.
Ja.
What? 5 ends to go.
Eigentlich nicht schlecht.
Anything can happen.
Ist gut. Ist ein bisschen knapp, Benner.
Switzerland will put up 2 centre guards here, so certainly trying to force the issue a bit on the 6-10, maybe going for a steal. Take control of the even ends.
Nein, ist gut. Das Länge ist sehr gut.
Wait's good here, just getting some good separation, and they're perfectly on line, making it very hard for Russia to make a double peel on them later. So good setup by Barbasat. Katarina Kuzmina, her second throw of the 6th end. She's had a pretty good game, much better than in the semi-final.
Дом обязательно. Чуть больше линий, девочки, подождите чуть-чуть. Маша, меня супер будет. Можно валить, Маша. Можно валиться.
And again here, really good weight control. Perfect setup from both the leads. So hopefully that can influence the next players to come.
Yeah, hopefully. Great setup.
You do need mistakes in curling, you know.
Schneller.
They made all the shots to be boring to watch too.
Hey, warte. Ist Sport. Sehr.
Wouldn't it?
Hart. Fest. Heb mehr als Sport.
But it's a joy to
Schelfe.
watch.
Sehr.
Skillful shots.
Schön.
That's nice. All hit and roll for Neuenschwander. Basically trying to bring the play away from the centre line here, forcing Russia to make a hit and roll back.
10. Да.
Switzerland wants to get in there behind their guards.
Да, свип! Свип! Да, да, свип! Да, 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 да,
Helsinkina. You see the numbers a bit low for her standard. Makes a nice hit and roll to the wing. Don't mind spreading their rocks around either Russia.
So ist nur Fries. Ja, wenn mein
They
erster
have the last
Gedanke
stone.
wird sein, nur Fries. Gut, Fries. Gut, genau vor der 4.
But now, with only the one red on the centre line, Switzerland will try and freeze it.
Länge ist recht gut. Länge ist gut. Oh nein, warte.
Dies am Vierfuß.
Melli.
Er schnell.
Länge ist schnell, Lena.
In 8.
Nein, in 4. T-line.
Waiting for the curl.
T-line.
Really trying here, Barbasat, to carve it in.
Okay, gut, T-line, yes.
Just a tiny bit heavy, bounces off the red.
10. Насколько? 10. Чуть посильнее! Посильнее! Внимание! Нет! Нет! Посильнее, Алин! Ой, нет! Маша! О, вообще нет!
Воу! Нет, пока нет!
Стой!
Окей. Неплохо.
Ja, finde ich gut, ja.
Not bad. They say.
Ja, finde ich gut. 8.
Does roll out and does group the reds here. Switzerland. You know, they love to come around those centre guards, but now a chance to play a double. So.
Ich finde im Fall gut jetzt und dann können
Bit
wir
of
dann
damage control here, just making sure Russia can't score big. But they know even they make the double here. Those two guards will still be up front to come around them later. Tirensoni.
Achtung! Da bleiben! Fest! Ziehen! Ziehen!
Nice double, and 6 the shooter on the wing.
Sehr schön. Gut. Gut, Tiri. Schön gespielt. Super. Jetzt 10 drin, oder? Ja. Ich glaube, eine recht gute Chance. Kannst du von so oder von so, von vorher tätst.
Bad mistake here from Komarova. Over curls.
Ganz 4 Fuß.
Yep.
Ja.
Yeah, great chance now. Switzerland have got that cover out front.
Wir wollen von dieser Seite, gell? Ja, gut. Ja, ist gut.
This game is just swinging back and forward.
Der andere Ende raus. Ist ein bisschen oben runtergekommen. Genau. Ja. Denke wieder an ähnlich wie am Anfang. Ja, voll. 65. Ja, ja, würde ich sagen. Nika, 63. Das ist lang. Wir sind alles dort. Okay. Linie wäre gut. Recht gut. Achtung, Linie ist gut. Auch gut. Bis vorne 4, Linie ist sehr gut. T-Line, Linie. Nicht gerne, Linie ist gut. T-Line, vorne 4. Bis da. Ach, kommt hinten runter. Esther, fest.
Looking really good here from Tirensoni. Gets a chunk of the forfeit, fully buried. So late in the end for Russia to double teal the center guards. They won't have many goals at it. Komarova really needs to make this one count. Well, it won't, so still guard up front. Switzerland lying too.
Yeah, that was the guard that closest to the rings that they really wanted to move.
We're having a look next door. Scotland, Denmark, bronze medal game for them as well. Mikkel Krause not able to set up for a big score here. Will blank, but carry the hammer into the 8th end. Always a good option. Score 2, get the 4, score 2 back. That's the plan for Denmark to win this medal.
You know, we like being in this position. Top 4 tight, the second one, Mikey. Yeah.
Ja, so nein, wenn sie ja, okay, ja, das stimmt. Ja. Wir noch mal gehen? Machen nicht, oder? Nein, Frau Herren. Gut. Das ist einfach ein relativ kleiner Armback. Ja, einen Guard finde ich nicht so gut, oder? Meli, was willst du?
Wir sind nicht so
gut, wenn sie perfekt dahinter kommt, könnten wir freezen. Ja?
Was wäre die?
Ich würde ihr den lassen. Okay, also was willst du?
Oder was?
So, da? Ja. Nein, also, ja genau, vorne dran freezen.
So, gut, auf die Linie, wenn man gut ist. Gut, das finde ich recht gut. Ja.
Du kannst auch die 75 für vorne, habe ich das Gefühl, oder? Wie lange? 70? Auch die du vorne da gespielt hast, die sind dort vorne. 65, 70.
Alina Pets. Wow, look at that. The 40%. Those numbers can really only improve, I hope. Chance to do that right here with a draw. Looking mighty good here. Wrapping around right on top. Gets a little nudge. There we go. That's the Alina Pets we know and love.
Yeah, I think she just needs that confidence boost. She struggled in this game and that'll settle her down a bit.
А, с сыном. Интурн? Да.
Перевал делаем?
Нет, не давал, да.
Kovaleva. Big extension. Maybe too much of an extension, and we've seen this before. All that wrist action sets the rock back. You're never getting curled that way with that kind of weight. Taking a look again, Rona. What do you see here?
Yeah, she really dips her elbow, and then it's thrust through the elbow into the wrist. And it's very difficult to manage that. You know, throwing that weight to be accurate with that extension.
Certainly see players play that accurate. We have seen Kovaleva make many shots like that before, but today, often missing wide in the semi-final as well. And a chance for Switzerland to really put the pressure on here. Wanting to promote the yellows. Won't do that, will over curl. I think that leaves an out for Russia.
It does. Advantage lost.
Yeah, might have made it easier. The way it was lying, Russia was drawing to the button for the single. Now it's fairly makeable double. There's a bit of room for error. Obviously don't have to punch the second yellow out of play even, just roll into it. Pretty much hitting it right where the broom is. Coming off the left yellow. Just have the shooter stop. Top four. Last on 6-10. Still a bit of wrist action on that one. Sets it back. Will it curl enough here? It won't. Just nose hit. Is it good enough for second shot? I think it is.
Yep.
Well, cuts them down. But Switzerland ties the game with a steal here on the 6th end. 3-3 the score.
Klang is recht goed.
Immer das 3.
Ja, Länge ist recht gut. Machen wir schön fertig. Von der Linie her gut schauen. Linie ist gut. Genau auf die Centerline. Schön. Gut.
Russia, Switzerland, and this women's bronze medal game at the Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019.
Надо в конец дома. Пока прямо идет. Пошел валить. Пошел валить. Гали нет. Валит хорошо очень. Зайти. Давай. Давай.
Drawing to the wing here, Russia. So, 4 ends to go. There, Rona. You see the 7th end. A draw to the wing. What could that imply for the Russians? What's the tactic, the game plan?
Seventh end, Russia quite happy to blank this end. They don't want to gamble around this centre guard, they want to blank it and go into the 8 with the hammer. Score at 8 and 10, and Switzerland only have one scoring opportunity at 9. So that's their game plan, but can it be executed? We've seen quite a few ends in this game tonight not going to plan.
Пока много линий. Линий многовато. Нельзя за. Внимательно. Вау. Вроде валит. Впереду отлично. О, не валить!
Супер.
Finds the top 4. Again, pretty good setup from the leads. They're playing well now.
Yep, we're just needing the top end to finish things off.
Go!
Oh, that's good there. And this is where Russia want to blank the end. Start peeling the guards.
Asking for some big weight here. Arsenkina, how many yellows can she rattle? 1, 2, and just a tickle on the third. Unlucky to remove her own stone on the wing. But still a nice clean up.
Yep, remove both centre guards, which was the main objective.
2, 3. 3. Linie is recht gut. Linie is gut über die Centerline. Zet Gerle. Muss über die Centerline. Zet lang aus. Oh, sicher nicht innen aber. Ja, Melli. Melli fest. 12 Fuß. Das ist lang. Wo dann?
So just looking to replace a centre guard.
Okay.
That's a bit deep. Chance for Russia to get all these rocks moving. But actually just make the hit and roll onto the wing. That works as well. They are lying shot stone here, so they know Switzerland will have to make a move. Over curling ends up checking to the other wing. That still works.
Wie schnell kommst du, die 9? Gut. 9.
You can see on the timers that Russia's at 15 minutes and Switzerland have 13 minutes. So both teams have plenty of time to finish the next 3 ends.
Yeah, we're not going to fault them for wasting time here. Just wasting shots. Good one there by Tiransoni. Well, hit and stick. We got some rocks in play next door. It's Scotland playing Denmark in the bronze game. Well, let you know what happens there. Down to skip rocks on the 8th end. Hit and roll.
rauswicken, ist auch gut.
They'll just put off their own red.
Oder gerade hinter der Gelb, direkt.
Not an easy
Kannst
double.
schon mal gleich lang kommen. Ja, macht sie einfach so, weißt du? Ja, das stimmt. Nein, Nase ist besser, ja. Nase ist gut. Und für eine Länge. Gut.
Just wants to hit this on the nose.
So. Ja, ist auch gut.
Orange trying to hold the line here. So we'll just roll in a few inches. Is there a double for Team Russia here?
9. 9. Да, давай.
Да, свип! Свип! Очень! Свип! Да, 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 да! Да, Катя, жестче, да! Да, 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 да!
Just over curling.
Okay.
Does at least roll away. Doesn't leave a double for Switzerland.
Ja, also von außen.
So
Ja,
a two
gut,
can
9,5.
still be in play for Kovalieva.
Wir müssen ja, Nase ein bisschen rollen.
Nose. 9,5.
Ja, gut. Machen wir das. Ist das Minimum? Ja.
Ist das 9,5?
Ja, das ist 9,5. 9,5 ist gut. Nelly. Gut. Gut, gut.
Well hit and stick.
9,2. Da.
Scotland
if he noses.
with a timeout. Ian Tetley coming onto the ice.
You think we are?
I think we're just off. It's very close, but I think it could be. Oh, yeah.
Well, if that's the case, if you think that we're going to be shot over there, if he noses, why wouldn't you play this?
We lie to the now.
I think it's tapping it there just gives him that. Makes it easier.
No, that's what, no. But if you make that double,
I was making it right. Okay.
Say, for example, we just throw where Roscoe's broom is, right?
What's
We're
he
line
doing?
2.
Yeah.
He's got either the run, the lose one. He's playing this. If he
That's
holds it
against
high,
I think
we
he's
get
running.
2.
I think he's playing that all day long.
Yeah, but if he misses it, we get 2.
This is a shot, I think.
Possibly 3 if he
That's a
throws
smart
it away.
shot, though. That's right.
I don't. This is right now. We don't need this tip.
Okay.
I like
Yeah,
this.
But
Yeah, yeah.
don't get it too tight so
Yeah,
you can run that, right?
Yeah,
That
let's,
helps him
let's just
anyway,
be
right?
right here somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Right up there somewhere.
Make
Well,
it,
you're
boys.
taking.
He got this,
there
boys.
for your draw. Yeah. So there maybe.
A guard called by Scotland as we saw Russia leave the double for Alina Pets.
But I don't think he's shot. Like,
Double made by Petsy. And here we go. Much better play. Back to normal.
Стель тоже будет хорошо.
Yeah,
And
Russia. Well, Russia wanted to blank this end now. They could be potentially forced to take their one. So a good result for Switzerland.
yeah, 2.5.
Scotland are sitting really well here. Denmark like the last end to keep hold of the hammer.
Да, 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 да! Очень, да! Да, да, да,
Well, the guard settles for Scotland. Kovaleva will hit and roll too far. A steal for Switzerland again. And now they're in the lead, 4-3.
Im 8. Jahr denke ich auch. Der Mensch hat die Angst vor dem Offensivspiel. Jetzt. Wieso hat er wieder etwas gemacht? Umso besser, oder? Ja. Ja. Schön vor 4, ja. Ja. Ist gut. Was meint ihr? Der 70er, da ist jetzt recht gut gelaufen. Ja. 75. 70 voll gut. Ja.
Sehr knapp. Die Linie ist mega gut. Recht gut.
Schöner knapp.
Linie ist gut. Genau vorne 4.
Länge ist recht gut.
Ach gut. Genau vorne 4.
Er ist gut lang.
Genau vorne 4.
Er ist gut, oder?
We are playing for bronze here in Helsingborg, Sweden this evening. The Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019. We have the women on the left, the men on the right. Mikkel Krause with last rock. In trouble again, playing Scotland. Having to make a good shot here. Trying to play the hit and roll off his own rock onto the button, but will catch it too thin, will roll too far. It's a steal of what must be 3 here for the Scots. Will they have a measure?
Measure for 3. Yeah.
3 red. I think it's close.
Yeah.
Mats Nørgaard having a very close look. If you're not sure, you might as well get the measure in.
Measure, just to be sure.
Measure.
Yeah.
Looks like red.
Linie ist recht gut. Länge ist recht gut.
You might say it's desperate measures for Denmark.
Kommt ein bisschen ab, aber...
Nicht mehr Kerle. Sit.
Oh. Sehr schön. Gut.
Gut, schön.
So we'll just update you on what that score was too for sure. Certainly looks like 3. Well, if you didn't know already, Rona, da means yes, yes, yes. And that's exactly what Scotland's thinking. 1 yes per point scored. A steal
Scottish fans are celebrating.
of 3, 7-2 after 8. Denmark sees no way back. Scotland winning the bronze medal.
Good job, boys. Time for a beer. Time for a beer now.
So I've been playing for all week.
What?
1 beer.
Nigel's here.
That's a reward.
Only 1.
Scottish fans in the stands are happy tonight.
It's been a long week. That's come to a conclusion for Scotland and Denmark. We will see another measure here. This is a 6-foot measure, a little bit different than when we measure who's closest to the pin. This is to see if the rock's actually on the rings.
Yeah, this umpire's been kept busy today.
Etwa einen Zentimeter drin. Stossen, ja. Okay.
It's out, I believe.
Yep. It's the only time you can measure during an end
Super, ja.
to see if a stone is still in the free guard zone.
I've actually seen that quite a lot this week.
2, 3, 3. Ich glaube, er ist genug lang. 3, 2,
I feel I can sit through a full championship without seeing it a single time, and this week it's been pretty much every day.
2, 3. Ziellinie. Fest. Festlinie. Fest. Oh, Silo. Okay. Stocki. Wir sollten einfach 10 Sekunden bekommen. Ist gut.
So 8th end. Russia need to step up a gear here. Try and generate some score. They've got the corner guards up. This is all over the top guard.
We'll open it up at least. Leaves another corner.
Yep. Super.
You see Arsenkina and Neuenschwander.
Linie ist gut. Ähnlich lang. Linie ist besser als vorher. 2 ist eine Nummer. Linie ist besser. Aufliegen in dem Fall. Komm, aufliegen. Ganz auf Centerline. Linie Länge ist gut. Schöne knapp. Ist gut. Einfach ja, ist dort. Über die Karte sauber. Er ist da. Nein, Fazzi. Linie ist gut. Oh, schön. Gut.
There we see it, the confirmation, the seal of 3 in the 8th. 7-2 final score for Scotland. They celebrate the bronze medal, so will one of these two teams. And then we play for gold tomorrow.
Wow, внимание. Wow, sweep, sweep! Да. Что он уж свалил?
Russia having to make sure that they keep that front open. They're building up quite a few counters on the corner. Switzerland just keep guarding the one in the centre. They have to keep making sure they cover that side so it doesn't leave a roll for Russia to come behind the cover.
Wow, weg. Esther, nimm einen. Nein, Linie ist gut. Wir sind 3. Okay, oh. Wir sind fast 12 Fuß. Oh. Sehr nah. Okay, Meli, Achtung. Beast. Oh.
Just waiting for the line here. Maybe a chip off the red. There you go.
Sehr gut. Gut. Gut, Bibi.
Так же попасть надо маловато.
А?
Чтобы еще это отодвинуть.
Perfekt.
Как попасть? Ну, 1/3 где-то. Да, свип! Wow, свип! 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 Wow!
Big weight from Komarova. Oh, spills through. And that's still the same situation here. Switzerland to guard.
Yep, it's all they can do. Just keep putting up the guard, make it difficult for Russia. 8th end, Russia don't want to be forced to take their one, but they don't want to lose anything either. Tiranzoni with the advantage today. Over Komarova.
nicht schnell, ist eher breit. Nein, Linie ist gut. Bis 3. Linie sehr gut. Guten Meter. Carlo, dann genug. Nein, Linie ist gut. Oh. 3. Wir sind hoch. Linie ist sehr gut. He? Du einfach ein bisschen putzen. Esst noch ein bisschen Achtung. Mega quer. Mega quer. Kann nicht. Schön. Schön, gut. Sorry. Gut. Gut. Das hast du mir ins Blick gehabt.
So, yet again, Russia will try. Play this run back, get the one off the forefoot.
Whoa. You mind it? Нет.
Maybe you can get the slash here and tap the redstone onto the rings. Close. Oh.
Yeah, bit of pinball there off the side bumper. I'm just taking a technical time out to check where the stone actually was.
Well, our helpful crew will be able to show that on the big screen.
Yeah, so it was further up the 12 foot.
Okay, machen wir noch mal gar nicht raus, oder?
Taking another look. You know, if that just catches it a hair thicker, they might get that slash and tap the red onto the rings. Would have been a good shot.
Yeah, it was further up behind the tee line. That's much further back there than they've replaced it.
As long as both teams are happy, you know, move on.
You just hope that's not a determining factor come the end of the end. And the umpire does keep a note of where stones are positioned. But both teams have agreed, so all happy.
I mean, you can run down there if you want.
No, you're okay, thanks. They saw it on the big screen there, so they know where it was.
Linie ist gut. Linie. 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 Linie ist gut. Linie ist gut. Esther. Esther. Fest.
Don't think those things happen once in a while. It's a good thing we have bumpers between the sheets when you play your curling club. You never know when a rock might come flying in from the game next door. She's played much better, Alina Petz, after half time.
Yes, backline.
The numbers themselves don't look that great, but Switzerland is in the lead. That's all that matters. That's the most important number, I would think, for Alina Petz. And just continue the good play that she's shown over the last couple of ends.
Yeah, and that's the key when you are struggling in a game. It's making the key shots and just trying to remain positive. Get support from your teammates.
Bin your mistakes and just
Absolutely.
focus on the next shot.
Control the controllables.
Coming around the centre guard here, Kovaleva gets to the shot rock, rolls in behind cover. Is it the line shot stone? I don't think so. So close. Switzerland with shot rock.
Ja, 4 Eiers gehabt, beste 90. Ein 80er? Ja, zwischen 80 und 90. Du echt vor 4. Zwischen 80 und 90.
So a chance for Switzerland to come around. Don't want to show an edge on this side that would allow Russia to lift the 2 yellows out. Now that they have that red counter.
Fairly safe here though with shot stone. Trying to get it buried. That should be good enough. Russia will have to try for their one, as the Scottish team able to sit down with friends and family.
Oh, Ross's mum brings a tear. Oh, and his fiancée. All happy.
Yeah. Great debut as a skip at the Europeans for Ross Patterson. A fourth appearance, first medal. Had to skip himself.
Oh, Michael and his fiancée. A lot of Scottish support travelled out this week.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Sweep!
It always seems to be.
Whoa! Sweep! Whoa!
As we follow this last stone here of the eighth end around the centre guard. Needs to tap this yellow up and sit in time for shot stone. Again, not enough. And that looks like a steal of one for Switzerland. A third time in a row. Switzerland slowly running away with this game, leading 5-3 after 8 ends here in Helsingborg.
Er is im Haus, habe ich das Gefühl. Okay?
Nein, ist gut.
Nein,
nein, nein.
Genau,
Ist recht gut.
Über
Gar nicht.
Nein, ist gut. Linie ist gut. Nein.
Zieht recht. Nein, es beißt.
Einfach lass sein. Solange er nicht mehr als 1 cm beißt.
Komm, brems.
Okay. Gut.
Russia, Switzerland here in Helsingborg. The Gruyère AOP European Curling Championships 2019, playing for bronze. Slight mistake by Switzerland coming into the rings. They were looking for a guard, but does not look like Russia has any plans on playing a hit on that stone. They will put up the corner guard and chase a multiple end. Down by 2. All binary code on the scoreboard so far. Lots of steals for the Swiss and recent ends.
Nur Linie. Ich finde ihn gut, das ist Ich finde ihn recht gut.
Pass auf die Linie auf.
Alles Linie ist gut. Länge ist gut genug. Ja. Linie 4, hä?
Linie.
Wo dann? T-Line. Okay,
Metzi, kannst du noch ein bisschen?
Nein. Gut, schön.
Coming in to the house with the second stone here. You might see some teams throw 2 corner guards. But when Russia played Sweden in the semi-final, they seemed to have trouble tidying up the center line. So maybe that's a tactical choice, to come into the house and not allow their opponent to set up too well.
Oh, lovely shot.
Vor 8. Ja. So bis 4. 12 ist auch okay. Vor 12. Ja, er ist nur 3.
Das ist okay dann. Ist okay, mach nichts.
Okay, er ist 3. ist 12. Linie ist aber gut. Mach schnell. 12. Wow. 12. 12.
Lieber dran. Lieber dran.
Nelly. Ja,
Fest,
kannst immer. Komm.
Haben beide die ist gut jetzt. Zieh.
Fest, komm,
Weit,
Fest.
weit,
Ja.
weit.
Sehr schön ist er. Super, bravo.
Мне кажется, рано
Мне
пока.
кажется, рано, надо Роу проиграть. Оставлять свой в доме где-нибудь. Десять.
Pretty good end so far, and just took the teams half a game to shake off the disappointment of the semi-final.
Das sweep.
I think so. You know, we were seeing mistakes from both sides. Very uncharacteristic. I think it was all just on the back of losing the semi.
A great head and roll by Helsinki. Beautiful.
Selber Guard nicht, gell? Nur Guard, ich glaube. Gut. 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 Zieh. Fest. Ja, komm. Oh, gut. Ist gut. Schön.
So just to move the guard. And Switzerland know here, ninth end, if they lose a 2, it's not a disaster. Their Peel's coming home. Even losing a 3, they're just that one down, coming home with the hammer. So, just trying to keep it simple. Peel the guard, don't try and raise it into the house.
Basically play to give Russia 2.
Yeah.
Make sure the 3 or 4 doesn't come into play.
Definitely.
Пятый, шестой. Шестой пока. Низковато. Вес норма, только линия. Линий много.
Катя.
Катя, свипа до конца.
6. Очень надо, свип.
Воу.
6.
Воу.
Да.
Will replace the guard.
Молодец, Галь.
Umsetzen. Ja, am besten wäre so, oder? Ja. Kann ich nicht mit dem hin? Ja, mal kannst du auch, ja. Ja, lieber mit dem hin. Okay. 3/4 treffen. So. Ja. Okay. Super.
Ja.
Silvana Tirensoni.
Okay. Das ist gut.
Kills the guard.
Gut so. Okay.
Switzerland lying shot stone here. We'll call a timeout.
Yes. Key point in the game for Russia.
Would like some input on how to play this end out.
Мне кажется, что там не уйдет просто желтый. Мы либо шутер потеряем, либо
Мне
желтый
кажется,
не
когда
уйдет.
чуть-чуть с этой стороны попадаешь, остается
Чуть-чуть,
только
но-
красный, все желтые.
Я же не такой силы.
Да, тебе надо
Ну,
еще
там расстояние есть,
шутер
девочка.
оставить.
У тебя спокойно выйдет с твоей силой.
обязательно оставишь шутер.
Да.
Да. Просто если мы и желтый не выбьем, и шутер как бы близко оставим к нашему, то смысла в этом броске нет, нас форсят на ровном месте. Вместо +2. Потому что они делают дабл изи в доме.
Мне кажется, там все хорошо в плане.
При идеальном выполнении. Чуть-чуть перевалим, и у нас изи дабл.
Отталкиваться.
Мне нравится больше тэп.
Сейчас вы
А что там на тэпать? Если ровно, стоим на тэпать. Чуть-чуть красный
1 minute
оттолкать.
timeout for Dan Raphael.
что мы сохраним
We'll get
угол
walking
между красным
time,
и
so the
желтым, чтобы, если
clock
что,
stops
красный
for
пошел желтый.
the coach to reach across to the other end.
Верхние останутся.
About 1 minute to interact.
что-то тэпать, потому что...
Ну, надо выбивать хотя бы нижний.
Да, если...
Если убирать,
что-то...
You want to play it now or later?
know.
You're going to have to play it at some point.
Ну, это должны сыграть.
Ну да,
think
понятно.
If you get rid of the back one, you roll away and put some separation, I think you have a better chance than not.
What weight?
You mean just roll?
Well, as long as you remove the back one.
Просто убирать
So-
заднюю.
And roll away
It's
from
like a board weight?
Yeah. What do you think?
I like. But I think we have to make a
In
really
turn?
big roll.
Он предлагает ролл сюда,
Because
главное
if we
убрать нижний.
will not, we have an easy double.
Но надо тогда вес побольше.
No, it's gotta be
Мне
a
кажется,
big
не
roll.
борта, ну, чтобы, да. Да, да.
Remove the
roll
back,
был, и-
even if it hangs
Типа
around the back line, doesn't
так
matter.
вот примерно попадать.
Maybe
And
10,
roll.
10
Yeah.
between the hog line.
And this yellow roll into the open anyway.
Yeah.
Okay?
Да, чтобы,
At least
чтобы
give
это
yourself a chance for 2.
Но шутер оставить.
That's the best.
Ну, 10 нормально, если
Да.
большой ролл.
Play intern.
Yeah. Ин, по-моему, очень сильно обваливал, Алин.
A call has been made here.
Да, свип! Воу, воу, воу! Воу! Внимание! Поднять! Да, свип, свип! Да, 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 да! Большой.
We'll make the hit and roll.
Давай. Оставь, оставь. Хорош. Окей. Молодец.
Ideally wanted a bit more separation. There is a double there for Switzerland.
Just play that around the horn triple.
Sonst machen wir den, weißt du, schon gut. Kommst du Clearing oder wie schnell kommst du?
If it was you, Rona.
Ja.
Go for it all day long.
So. Ja. Gut.
As long as you remove 2.
So wie vorhin.
I think they're just playing the hit and roll here, actually.
Ist gut, machen
All
wir.
joke aside.
Yeah. Need to be sensible.
Ach, ja. Ja. Oh, Wäsch hier! Wäsch! Wäsch! Whoa.
Maybe it was a double in the end.
Okay.
And over curls. It rolls over the top of the red.
Давай средним, Алин. Между
And 3 is still in play here for Russia, but with no guards. It's like walking on eggshells. Still quite a few rocks to come here.
Воу! Внимание!
О, нет! Нет!
Big weight, no sweeping. 1-2, there we go. Russia line 3, still a chance at a double here.
Молодец, спасибо.
Yep, really well played in by Russia. It was a missed opportunity though. Switzerland not lifting the double. Oh, some Canadian coaches getting some tips from each other.
Ian Tetley for Scotland and Wayne Meadow for Helsingborg. The latter playing for gold tomorrow. Alina Petz with the double, there you go.
She's back in the game.
Back on track, up by 2. Makes a double, that should take the 3 out of the picture.
Чуть-чуть побольше. Полностью в дом нормально будет. Сделай лайн ровно.
Да, чтобы был параллельно.
хуже, Катя.
Если что, смотрите тогда уже в самый низ.
Голова добавила.
Полностью в дом! Надо вес! Помочь?
Понятно.
Да, линия свип! Очень надо! Да, дай до конца! Давай, как ты сделай! Да!
Нет! Нет, не поддавил, нет, нельзя!
Not really sure where to leave it here. They wanted it level, thought it was shy of weight, wanted to leave it higher, make the angle tougher, but in the end it was probably deeper than they thought, and they ended up leaving this somewhere between the two options, and the double is very much on for Alina Pets. Or maybe even to lie two here, hold the shooter, and might get the force. That would be huge. A double on the first one. Will the double come off on the second one as well for Alina Pets? No.
Okay.
So this game alive still. Russia with a chance to draw, score to tie this game.
Вы там возили? А сколько они возили?
Мне кажется, 13,90 будет супер.
Ну да. Там нормально катит.
Катя себе мало добавила, девочки, очень надо.
Давайте, девочки! Линия
Last stone, ninth end. Playing a draw here. Kuzmina staying close, but seems to be running nicely. Just needs it to stop in time. Will it? Yes, it will. Score of 2 for Russia. Ties this game. One end to go in this bronze game. Russia, Switzerland.
Даже 17,54.
Все, надо украсть. Два бросочка каждый. Сделаем все, выиграем.
Een doelpunt met een 50-40.
Чуть-чуть совсем.
26. Внимательно. Внимательно. Я не очень сильно добавила. Будет садиться в конце сильно.
Помоги.
Надо.
Помоги.
Помоги, Галь. Очень надо.
Давай.
Пониже. Еще ниже.
It's a very lovely evening here in Helsingborg, Sweden. Playing for bronze. Russia, Switzerland. I'm Sander Olvang, joined by Olympic champion Rona Howie. Tied game. After 9 ends of play, Switzerland with last stone here. Not allowed to remove this red stone from play this early on in the end, but can move it to the side. Beautiful pick shot by Barbasat. The lead's time to shine.
Yep. Big smile. She's happy with that one. And Peel's playing the last end. It's a pretty fair reflection of the whole game. It's been eeksy-peeksy the whole way throughout. Missed opportunities from both sides.
Пять нормально.
Вол, сделайте закок и все.
Есть. 4-5.
Хорошо. Спасибо.
Можем покрыть.
Ja.
Nu sneller.
Nee,
Meer hand.
nee.
Meer hand. Oké, wachten.
Esther.
Esther.
Moet vol.
Komt dit van hier moet. Ja. Nou. Kom maar zo.
Oh.
And this one just goes sailing past.
A lifeline for Russia.
26,5 можно начало.
One guard is enough to steal the game from Switzerland. So often when those two tech shots are made, that's pretty smooth sailing for the team with hammer. Russia will be elated that they get one mistake from Barbasat.
Дальше стой! Линия отличная. Начало! Линия отличная. Катя, свип хочет! Да. Давай. Катя, очень надо.
Давай.
Пониже. Давай.
Хорошо.
Спасибо.
Молодец, Гад.
Another center guard. Well on line.
Beide proberen er
Separation.
doorheen.
Double.
Du sagst,
Pretty tough to make.
ich weiß, ich sehe nicht, wissen, was liegt. Du musst sagen. Ja, also, ich wäre nicht. Okay, ist gut. Aber 2/3. Ja.
Catching 2/3 of this. Got to be careful not to run it onto the catchers on the sides of the sheet, so it springs back into play. No problem there from Noen Schwander.
А гард не нравится? А? Далекий гард не нравится? Мне нравится сюда. Давай.
Интенсивнее.
Да, 0,5 было ногами.
Это 0,5 было?
Да.
Серьезно?
Да, уже сел.
Ща.
Да, времени много.
Если что, говорите.
Угу. Есть хороший, 4 фута.
Добавила, девушки, внимательно. Идем
Линия отличная, линии побольше.
Есть можно.
Линия отличная,
Надо
да.
вес. Есть надо. Делайте вес.
Линия супер, сделать вес.
Давай,
Helsinki
надо
now.
валить.
Coming around the guard this time.
Внимательно.
Надо довалить.
Маша.
Давай.
Waiting for the curl. Here it comes.
Давай.
Drag it and around.
Молодец.
It's at least half buried.
Умница.
Watch rechter. Ich will vorne.
Ska vi probera vägen?
A slight angle for the Swiss to make the run back. You know, you can always make the double, but key to try and roll the shooter away as well.
Yeah, that's the main objective, to get that centre open.
Esther Neuenschwander, big weight down the centre line here, catches one red and two. So double made, but the guard is still in place. Good thing is it's a yellow guard now, so.
The good thing was that that red was on the 1 foot, so it is good to get it off the 1 foot. Russia have to make, you know, that draw to replace it. But it wasn't a great place for Russia.
It would be hard to outdraw for Switzerland.
Вообще нельзя линию, нет.
This one hanging high at the moment.
just behind the pin.
Wenn nur der Vorder ist, auch okay. Ja. So, Clearing? Ja. 7,5. Hä? Clearing, ja.
Echt Peel, hä?
Ja. Ist gut.
I believe it's just the clean pick here.
Ich glaube, oder? Nur Vorder. Okay.
Do you think they're running it back?
Yeah, I think so.
Yep, yep.
They're happy with the peel.
Good.
Of course, just feeling the guard, safest call. You know you'll have a shot for the win.
Yep.
But she might be left with a double to win the game if Russia comes in, sets 2 on the last one. Will the Swiss ever switch gears? Firstly, Komarova needs to put the guard in the right place. Pretty good there. Is it worth coming after? And you peel the guard again. It is behind the button.
It is behind the button, and Russia would be aware of that. That she said that they would have to bring theirs in and either leave a double or the draw to the pin.
Ja. Mal, kannst du auch?
Kriegen Sie einfach Kaffee, die probieren.
Hä? Ist gut. Ich schwöre mit dem Out. Ja. Schnell. Ja.
The only thing, if you go for the run back and then they come round, it's your stone they're coming around. So Switzerland could be raising their own stone.
Playing the run here. Really close. Oh, just gets a tickle on the back red, but leaves it fully buried. Well, does change the end.
It does completely.
I think essentially what it does here is Switzerland will more likely be left a draw than a double for the win. Because now they've moved everything off the center line, so that button will probably be partially open.
Yeah, it was one of those shots, if you're not going to get it perfectly, you really want to just peel the guard. But to just nick it was tough.
Линии больше линии. Очень много линий, очень.
Без надо! Только валить!
Только валить!
4 до! 6 до!
Катя, только валить!
Очень широко идет.
Нет, это...
Пошел падать! Да, вали!
Это низко уже!
Нет!
Это низко!
Да!
Not getting the curl here.
Супер!
Молодец. Немного не довалил.
Really good weight.
Ой, опасно было, там не пришел уже.
Stays open.
Ja, aber mit dem Menü nicht. Sie muss ja fast... Ist gut, ja? Ist gut, ist gut. Das 8. Ich muss mal schauen, wie viel das ihn gesehen, aber ich glaube 3/4 sehe ich ihn schon.
Es ist noch fast ein bisschen mehr als 3/4, hätte ich gesagt.
Ich würde einfach beide weg, oder?
Ich finde es gut, ja. Ich kann sie dort auf die, also ist aussen 4 gehen.
Da musst du ihn treffen, Alina. Ja? Ist gut. Wie lang? Das 8. Da hat es ein bisschen Dörren. Ist gut, ist aber gut so, glaube ich.
Ich finde es gut.
Playing this last double here. Lena Petz.
Wow. Wow. Achtung.
Close here.
Yep, yep, yep.
1-2, double made by Pets. Will leave the draw in around the guard for Russia. She knows that. She knows she'll probably have to draw the button for the medal here.
Achtung. Yep, yep, yep.
Schön.
This whole topsy-turvy bronze medal game is going to come down to the skip stones at 10th end.
Linie Maschine. Есть. Linie super. Wow, Katja, нормальный свип. Нормальный свип. Да.
Needs to get this one buried. Really working it, Kuzmina, Arsinkina. Not fully buried. That might leave the tap for Switzerland. Well, bit of a teaser. You know, it certainly covers a bit of the button, so a cool draw seeming less interesting for Alina Pets. So maybe preparing for the draw, now having to play a little tap up. And these can be tricky to play under pressure. You ever just overthrow a little bit, it will start running.
Draw.
Yeah.
Their first draw hung down this line.
Well, no waiting around here. Alina Pets getting down to business really quick. Here we go, last stone of the 10th end, this bronze game. Looking pretty good here, past the guard, onto the shot stone, and will sit for a point and the win. Switzerland will be the bronze winners. A very close contest, and the cowbells are ringing. Always a good feeling to go home with a medal. Didn't get their chance at redemption against Sweden in the final that they lost last year, but they'll be happy to take a bronze. It was a rough start for Switzerland. They were 2 down, got back in the game, started playing their normal play.
Thank you.
Taking a look at the last stone again.
Come on.
Already knows it, Alina Pets, well before that stone lands.
You spin it, yeah, nice, sorry.
That will conclude the games this evening here in Helsingborg, as Alina Pets celebrating with friends and family. We're going to take a look back at this game that gave us everything. Intensity, drama, big mistakes and big shots. Seventh end. Alina Pets to deny Russia. Makes the double. Would steal a point in that end as well. Another steal in the 8th, taking us to the 9th end. Kovalieva.
Давайте, девочки!
With a draw to score 2.
Стой.
Just hangs on.
Yep.
A deuce on the board. Russia ties the game. Brings us to the final end. Russia trying to come around the yellow guard. Not able to bury it, so Alina Pets with a chance to play a controlled takeout.
Come on.
Right onto the beak of the Russian shot. Stone for the single point and a win. Switzerland wins the bronze. Here we see the playoff brackets. Switzerland, Scotland was the semi-final where Scotland edged the Swiss out in a very low-scoring game, putting them into the gold medal game to play Sweden, who were very dominant, playing Russia, scored a 5 in the final end to put that game to bed. So seeing both Switzerland and Russia drop into the bronze. And those are the final scores. Switzerland with the 6-5 win over Russia. They will celebrate bronze. So will the Scottish men, beating Denmark in the bronze game. And a final look at the standings and how the teams got there. Switzerland, Russia with 8 wins. Sweden, Scotland with 7. And that was enough to put those 4 teams in the playoffs. For Norway and Latvia, it's a relegation to the B group.
So Vanna, European bronze medalist, how does it feel?
Oh, what a day of emotions, you know. Such a disappointing game this morning, this afternoon, and now we celebrate, you know, it's so close, like between lose and win, and between being mad and disappointed and sad, and now happy, and so it's very emotional.
It was a game really of 2 halves there. A lot of missed opportunities from both teams. Was that on the back of both being disappointed earlier?
Yeah, you know, you try to focus on the new game, and you know you have the opportunity to win a medal, so it's still very important. But it was tough, you know, tough to play this game so close to the semis. But yeah, for sure we lost a little bit of focus in the first half, but so happy we could turn it around.
Well, many congratulations, delighting for your bronze medal. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching these bronze medal games. And to think we have more the gold games still to be played here in Helsingborg, Sweden. Goodbye and good evening.